Jack Campbell, unbelievable. Also, that contract extension.
Oh, let's not.
When do you think that's going to drop? Because we know they're negotiating it. You know they're going to sign it. You know he wants to be here. And by the way, after that overtime goal that Willie scored, Jack Campbell's got the best smile in a goalie mask. I always look at goalies like, how much emotion can I see in the little mask?
Right.
Jack Campbell's face squishes together. He means his smile. And he was just loving it.
He's just so nice.
He's going to be here. So when does it drop? Do we do a donut bet on that?
I want you guys to do the donut bet on this one.
Okay.
Or all three of us.
Are we donut betting? Let's donut bet. Three of us.
Three of us, donut bet?
All right.
I got something in mind.
So what's the bet, though? Is it the amount of years, is the amount of money, or is it just when it drops?
The when.
When. Okay.
We can do... I didn't even think about the money. I think we'd all be in the same ballpark in the money. So let's do
it's about 5, right?
Yeah. I was thinking like 4. High 4s.
And 4 or 5 years.
Yeah.
No, I have a theory I'm looking something up.
Yeah. Okay.
So wait, what are we doing? Money, term, or date?
Date.
Okay.
Closest to your day. So we'll count the days from when it's signed to the day you pick.
Can you go over it?
Yes. Closest to the day you pick, regardless of if it's over or under. Whoever's closest to the day.
I might have a date coming up. This is great. I'm sure this is a great listen right now.
Mm-hmm. Adam, do you have your date?
I do.
Steve, do you have your date?
I do.
I got my date. Adam, you're up.
November 20th.
Oh. Steve?
February 1st.
Why?
Because the Leafs are in Detroit, and Campbell is from Michigan, and Dubas is a sucker for that shit.
Well, that's interesting.
January 17th.
Why that?
Because it's really close to February 1st?
No, you actually, you're better. You're in a better position than me because you get all the rest of the season.
Yeah.
You know, like it's a little unfair, but whatever. I think about when the Matthews contract came down in the middle of the winter. I think about that sort of timing of the season as you lead up to the trade deadline. I think a January date, so I picked the middle of January.
I'd like Dubas to plan for the future. You know, one of the things I heard on the CJ show is the Leafs are sort of actually in sell mode.
Oh.
They're shopping.
Well,
Dermott.
and that's what I was going to bring up next. So it's good that you got that. But let's
the game.
Let's talk to let's talk about the game. Let's talk about the bet.
Okay.
You know, I'm Steve, and I'm going to steer this where I feel right now.
Mitch Marner,
do your goddamn job.
Mitch Marner, unbelievable game. He was on fire. The John Tavares goal with the net empty. I jumped from my couch. It was a great moment. Willie, best player on the ice.
He was
Matthews
really good.
also had a great night.
I thought Matthews did too, and they stuck with it. What I didn't like during the game as the broadcast kept going back to, God, they look so frustrated, just downtrodden.
Well,
and I'm like,
trying hard.
Yeah, but that's their whole thing is they get down on themselves, right? The whole thing. No one denies what this team can do with their physical ability, but it's just pushing through those moments. And Tampa had too easy of a time controlling the Leafs, cutting them off in the neutral zone. And, Victor Hedman got a lot of shit for the giveaway that ended up leading to the goal. But he gives the puck away, and then everyone forgets John Tavares exists. I had a screen cap in the video. It's at least the second time this season where the greatest goal scorers in the sport know how to Jedi mind trick themselves into being invisible.
Get open,
but he's surrounded like a perfect box of 4 Tampa Bay Lightning players, none of whom are looking at him. They don't care that John Tavares is standing right there, a guy who could have a pretty mediocre season and hit 30 goals. And he just, all Marner's got to do is put the puck on his stick. It's not too complicated. And it goes in.
Tavares having a sneaky good start. 9 points in 11 games.
After a rough start.
Well, and they're on a 4-game win streak, and he's arguably been the biggest part of that, maybe outside of the goaltending.
And I would say, too, that his shooting percentage is due to come up. He's only shooting 10% right now. I think his career is about 13. So there you go. So that'll happen. And I have to say, that overtime goal with William Nylander.
Good shit.
Vintage. And that's his shot
It's really good.
is unbelievable. I hope one day he makes the All-Star team so we could see him in a shootout competition or in a shots competition.
They need to fix the skills competition where the guys who make the All-Star team don't have to be in the skills competition.
Yeah, just bring the best skilled guys in.
Exactly. That's how every other sport does it. Just bring the guys who do the skill to the
No,
skills
Jesse,
competition.
we need to know what Leo Komarov can do in the skills competition.
Like, you
'cause
don't
we have to represent everybody.
You don't have to be on the All-Star team to be in the home run derby. You don't have to be on the All-Star team to be in the three-point competition. Just fix that NHL.
Yeah, and honestly, you know who else? Who else does it right? Is the NBA with the all rookie teams. So that makes sure.
Game, yeah.
Like, imagine the All-Star game and like Matthews and McDavid are there in the rookie game, right?
They used to do it.
Did they?
They did. And I remember there was a year where Kovalchuk was the reason you watched. Wait till you get a load of this fucking kid. But there was this other guy flying around the ice, deking around everybody. And I'm like, who is this? And it was Pavel Datsyuk.
Who the fuck is he? What did he ever do?
I know. Sometimes I'm like, I'm not old. And then I tell stories like that.
You're so old that his contract with the Coyotes has expired.
Yeah. It's
Crazy.
a shame.
Yeah.
Pavel, the old graybeard Datsyuk. But I remember watching that as a kid, wanting to see Kovalchuk tear these dudes up. And I was like, who is this other guy? Kovalchuk's not even the best Russian on the ice. This guy's amazing, and he ends up being Pavel Datsyuk.
Put that back on the list. Put all rookie teams for the All-Star games, East versus West.
East versus West.
Or
I like
they
that
do
or best.
They do second year versus first year, I believe, in the NBA.
Yeah,
What
rookies
they do.
versus sophomores.
Rookies versus
Because
sophomores.
there's
That's how you
not
should
always
do it.
enough rookies, right?
Yeah.
So the Leafs have a cap crunch coming with Ilya Mikheyev due to come off LTIR here in a couple weeks. They got $1 million, but his cap is $1.645 million. They have, less than $1 million in cap space, according to Cap Friendly. So they've let it be known, apparently, that Travis Dermott and Justin Holl can be available for the right price. Luke Fox Jukebox, our boy, says it's probably something like an upper mid-round pick or maybe a rugged defenseman a la Zach Bogosian on like a 1-year deal.
I'd take that.
Well, yeah, but I don't think Zach Bogosian wants it, but we love Zach Bogosian. I
No.
wish he would come back. I find that interesting about Ilya Mikheyev. To me,
What, is he on the block?
well, no, but I think at a certain point, you got to think he might be, right? Like, if this team is playing super well and he comes back and they need to clear some cap space and he's asked for a trade, like Nick Ritchie, for all the gears, people have been giving him shit. He's starting to look better, I think.
Yes.
Starting to find his spot.
Yes.
Michael Bunting's looked fantastic. Are you missing Ilya Mikheyev?
See, this is going to be very unpopular because he's a really popular player, and I do think he's been good at times. Bunting hasn't been so amazing that that's his spot forever.
Okay.
So remember, they wanted Mikheyev to take this, and then he gets hurt.
So they want to see him.
Before the season even begins, right? So they want to see him in games that count, and but he does have a lot of work to do. He's got to be better than Bunting and Kerfoot, who I think has found his spot in the lineup.
Yeah, I think so.
I wanted him gone because he was a bad fit for third line left winger making 3.5. What? This team can't afford that. And he's not going to be third line center unless there's an injury, but you don't exactly plan for that. Right? So here's what could happen. Mikheyev comes in, blows the doors off, and then all of a sudden you can afford to trade Kerfoot.
What about Eng Vegas?
Or, more realistically, it could be a guy like Engvall.
People are. I got a message last night going, how did Sheldon Keefe put Pierre Engvall out there on a 5-on-3?
Oh, man, that guy, he can do such special
stuff.
things.
He can. We've seen it. We've all seen glimpses of it.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure, I don't know if this is totally true, but last night I remember watching, and I think it was in the third period, and I think he was benched for at least a shift. I think Nick Ritchie stole his spot.
Okay, so then
the coach
doesn't trust him.
Doesn't gel with the player, man.
So you've got Holl and Dermott.
Yep.
And the Leafs are thin on picks, so you can see why they would want a fourth or a third or a second or whatever they get. A right shot defenseman's worth a lot in this league, as we know.
Could be.
It seems like Timothy Liljegren has earned his spot. My thing was,
real good. You
wanted some depth. So if you are going to trade, We understand Justin Holl's contract is more than double the cost of Travis Dermott's.
Yes.
But include their contracts in this and remember the Leafs contract situation. Who would you want to see moved more? And it's not because you want either moved, but it's because what makes the most sense here for the Leafs that keeps them... Because the thing is, they are going for it, right? So if you're the Leafs, you got to figure out which of those two guys do you think helps you more for the rest of the season? Who helps them more? And then you got to think about whose cap situation helps them more. Obviously, Justin Holl, if he moves, that gives them a little bit of air. And Justin Holl's got some good history, right? He was pretty good in the playoffs last year. Pretty good last season.
I tell you what I'm thinking about. Ice cream. I don't like when I think about ice cream. I've told you guys about ice cream in the past. When I was at summer camp, the Dickie D guy would come around selling his ice cream, and I knew I needed $2 for the chocolate baseball glove with the gumball in it.
Oh, I love the chocolate baseball glove.
No, I do.
And I would look, I've told this story before, you should know what I'm talking about. And I would look at the change in my pocket, I would put it in my hand, and I'd have like $1.60. And no matter how hard I stared at the $1.60, I couldn't make it into $2. I would stack it differently, I would arrange it differently, and it would come up as $1.60 the whole time. And I'm saying that because I cannot make the Leafs defense $2. I don't know how to do it. They don't have a top pair right defenseman unless you make peace with the fact that your top pair is Muzzin Brody.
Mussin's also hurt, right? He looks hurt.
Yes, he does. Now, what would be great is if Holl came back into the lineup and then was useful, and then you can still have a top four of... I'd like to see if Riley Holl could work. I'd like to see if that makes sense. And then you do Muzzin Brody, Sandine Liljegren. All right, there's your 6. So goodbye, Travis.
To answer Adam's question for you, you're not moving either guy?
Oh no, I'm moving. I guess what I'm saying is I would move either of them and not be terribly bothered by it, because you do the pairings that I just said.
Mm-hmm.
You win in a cup,
maybe. They were great last year.
They were.
The problem was the team couldn't score.
Also,
they couldn't defend.
Pretty good chippers in Muzzin's backyard. It'd be sad to see that relationship go away.
Yeah. Well, and Holl is a popular teammate as well.
Yeah, people love him.
He's really...
Not to say Dermott's not. People seem to love Travis Dermott.
Yeah, but one of them's got to go. One of them's got to go. The thing CJ brought up is like the Leafs want flexibility, and like it's not even necessarily that they have guys coming off LTIR. It's they don't want more situations where they're forced to play a U of T goalie as their backup. You know what I mean? And like at some point, just make a decision. Just make a decision. Like I understand Dubas is betting on this group, but you can't bet on all of them, right? You can't be like, this is the group. This is the group right here. I'm ready to see change. I'm ready to see change there. Selling concerns me, though, a little bit.
You can always be parlayed into buying.
That's true. I would much prefer to see like them bring in someone like who you mentioned, like Bogosian type. If it was Holl for a pick,
Radko Gudas.
Well, he makes a lot of money, I think, and like
might kill someone. One day Radko Gudas might kill someone.
You know, and that's frowned upon. That's at least.
Do people not like that anymore?
It's at least a $5,000 fine. Yeah.
Okay.
It's the
not $2 million,
max allowable.
That's right. Not $2 million though.
No.
Different context, different facts.
Different facts.
Didn't happen at the NHL level.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Jesse, that is dark.
This got dark so fast. Anyway, so yeah, I hope they get good value in a trade, which is what we were friggin' talking about. It's not $2. Not $2. I can't make it $2, guys.
Are we looking at the wrong place? Is it you move a higher contract like Kerfoot, packaged with a defenseman to get something back?
I think we're coming to the correct conclusions here. Like we're finding the inefficiencies in the lineup, and Engvall is one. Probably a little tougher to move. Dermott I just really don't think trading Dermott is a needle mover. Justin Holl a little bit more.
Interesting. Okay. Jesse, what's your pick? Please take 20 minutes to describe your pick.
Removing either one of these players?
We have to make sure this show is longer than
Perhaps
CJ and
I
Julian.
should rant about it for 8 minutes straight. Adam? Perhaps I should Cam for 8 minutes straight.
I just wanted to explain the situation. I'm sorry that it took that long.
No,
Did anybody have a problem with that, by the way?
I did not.
Okay. Because there were people on Twitter like, ugh.
Here, you know what I do have a problem with?
My hair? My hair bugging you?
Here, no, I put it down. You had the alfalfa.
Oh, did I? Okay, thanks.
If you're asking me about Leafs trade scenarios,
I'm not. I am. What is it?
I would probably leave the defense alone
so
right now.
bored.
I think I would leave it and let this season play out a little longer. I don't know why now is the decision.
I know.
Like, why 10 games in you're like, okay, I've seen enough.
Well, we got to.
Space.
Well, okay, but okay.
Yeah, you don't need it.
You don't need it until Mikheyev comes back.
Let me also throw out, I was thinking about this the other day. The Leafs didn't just sign Brendan Mennel, they traded for him.
Okay.
They like this player.
All right.
So, like, I think he'll get a chance. No, I know what you're making.
Yeah.
But you're coming to the same conclusion that I am.
They didn't just sign Dennis Malgin, they traded for him.
Fuck, you're right.
They didn't just sign Nick Petan, they traded for him.
You're a
so
broken
tough.
record. You know?
They like this player. Give Nick Petan a chance.
What are we're arguing about their third line. Like,
Oh no, this is what we do.
No, man, this is top pair. This is the problem.
top pair.
Yeah, it's true.
Sorry.
I don't know who. I think they got to keep some depth. I think you hold. I think you don't do anything because if you do something, it's the Murphy's law. Like if it can go wrong, it will. Somebody will get injured the second you trade somebody.
Yeah, it's the Bitcoin's not high, it's not low. It's just kind of staying. So you got to hold. Just hold it for now, and
Just
it'll go up.
Don't pick at it.
Yeah.
So you're holding on Leafs stock?
I'm hodling on the Leafs.
You're
stock.
hodling?
I'm
You know-
hodling.
do you know how
I don't know.
you know how
I
they
don't know
won?
if I'd hodl on that, man.
You know how they won World War I? Bite and hold tactics. That's what they're called. Bite and hold.